Talk a little bit about kind of the people and the efficiency and what's happened there, what's evolved in our workforce using AI for efficiency and how that's kind of opened up some doors for the people that are working here. Jed, you want to start off on that one?
Yeah, so an easy example is retouching a photo. 10 years ago, Photoshop was amazing, but it still took a lot of human input. Now you can go in and say, set the curves and remove the objects in the background in seconds, it's done. What that does for the person that's their job is it gives them more free time to use their brain for creativity as opposed to getting that task done. So, and I think that's across the board. It also covers weaknesses. We all talked about writing. That's because that's not what we're all good at. We're all better at analytics. And so it's funny, I don't use it for analytics, right? Because I still prefer to use the ways I know how to do.
It's interesting.
And so I think it just depends what you like, what you're good at, what matters to you. And I think everybody has a different way.
I like this kind of thinking is, we are the last generation that's going to deal with a blank document, right? I mean, we're just getting into that, but in the near future, if you're going to start using, Photoshop, Word or something, it's going to ask you, what do you accomplish? You're going to say something and you're going to start with a draft.
Yeah.
So that's going to, take, I think you mentioned, a couple of hours, writer's block, whatever, blank page syndrome, however you want to call it, that's done, that's over.
That's been a game changer for me because I'm the person that has always had a hard time getting started. And then once I have something down on paper, and Jed taught me a long time ago, whiteboard everything. And that's why I have a whiteboard in my office, even at home, because I just got to start writing something, get an outline down, and then the ideas start coming from that. But this has been game changing for me because I can just put a question in. I'm prompting, but it's also prompting my brain to start thinking and to be creative, right? It's opened up a speed to creativity that we have not seen before, which has been really unique. And it's really been cool within our workforce to see everybody just jumping into that. And the ideas that are coming because of that extra little bit of time and capacity that you have to be creative have been important, right? So that's kind of what I want to talk about next is how are we using AI specifically, and then all of our people in conjunction with AI. Think about some client wins and where AI and people have really integrated well to kind of get there.
Yeah, I mean, it goes from like the really tactical stuff to the more strategic, right? So tactical, a client of ours, they needed to come up with the alt text on the website, like the little text that shows up when you hover over an image.
Yeah.
They had, thousands of images on the website, and for some reason they migrate from one platform to the next, and all the alt text was gone.
Oh man.
So they going through thousands of images. Okay, this is a person using whatever the product in this environment. We just fed it to ChatGPT and did that in one day.
Wow.
So that's from a tactical point of view. From the strategic point of view, as I mentioned, if you give our clients the ability to understand what's going on and they can react faster, then they can spend more time on developing the marketing plan, the action plan that is giving them a lot of competitive advantage.
Yeah. The example that you just gave from a very tactical standpoint of like getting images correct with captions and all of that makes a huge difference in dollars because they're so much faster to market, and having that on an e-commerce site ready, sellable and ready to go, that could take weeks. I mean, that could take a month of manual editing. As always, guys, remember, like, subscribe, hit the little bell icon. That little bell icon will give you notifications when there's new episodes coming out. We would love for you to subscribe and be a part of what's going on here at Retail Oriented. No matter where you get your podcasts, we would love to connect with you there. And until next time, remember, when we're thinking about retail, it's always about selling in and selling through. Have a great day.